Alright, we're going to draw some Bohr model atoms and then Lewis dot diagram models as well. So let's pick an atom to draw. Let's start with something like boron. So boron here is number 5, and if you look at the periodic table, it has a mass of 10.8 on average. So first thing you're going to do is draw the nucleus. This is the Bohr model. You're going to draw the nucleus of the atom. And in the nucleus, you're going to write how many protons and neutrons it has. It has 5 protons. And the mass, zoom back out here, the mass is 10.8, so we'll round that to 11, so you know that it has 6 neutrons normally. So normally we have 6 neutrons. And next thing you gotta do is draw the electrons. And the way we draw the electrons is draw a light ring or a dashed ring around the atom. I'm going to use a solid line, but I normally use a dashed ring or like a lighter gray like that. You know, if it has 5 protons, it has to have 5 electrons to be a neutral atom. And they occupy rings or shells, the electrons. And basically, the electrons on the first shell can hold 2 electrons. The second shell can hold up to 8 electrons. The third shell can hold up to 8 electrons. The next shell can actually hold 16, but you don't really need to know that because we won't draw atoms that get much bigger than this. So we need 5 protons. The first shell can hold 2 of them. 5 electrons. The first shell can hold 2. I usually add them 1 up, 1 down. Okay, that's 2 electrons. We need another shell here. So we need 3 more electrons to total 5. So I'm gonna, here's 1, 2, 3. And notice how I added them up, down, left, and if there's another one I'd add right. Okay, so that totals 5 electrons. And normally what you do, normally what I ask you to do anyway, is on each layer tell me how many electrons there were. So 2 electrons here, and on this one there was 3 electrons. And then it's nice just to, it's not really necessary, but on my work I like when you just total it for me. So I see that you have 5 electrons. So what I have is a boron atom, 5 protons, 6 neutrons, and a total of 5 electrons drawn in the shell. Now, for the Lewis dot diagram, really simple to do. What you do is you basically name the atom. So this would be a Lewis dot diagram down here. Boron, you just use the atomic symbol. And then you put how many outer electrons there are. And there's basically 3 outer electrons. Those, by the way, are called valence, the last shell. So all I'm going to do is add my 3 dots for the electrons. Oh, exactly like it looks on the Bohr model, basically. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And I'm done. That's my Lewis dot diagram. Okay, let's do one more atom together. Let's do chlorine here. We'll start with the Bohr model. So again, you're going to draw the circle for the inner part. You tell me how many protons it has. 17 protons. You're going to tell me how many neutrons it has. You're going to round this number 35.5 to 36. Take 36 minus 17, and you end up with 19 neutrons. And then you're going to add your first ring. That one will hold 2 electrons. I need a total of 17. So I'm just going to figure out how many rings I need. The first shell holds 2. The second shell will hold 8. That gives me a total of 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. I'm going to need a third shell for this atom. And my third shell right here. Okay. Now let's add the electrons. 2 in the first shell. I like to go up, down. Then up, down, left, right, and then they start pairing. So paired here, down, pair here, pair here, pair here. Now that's 8, so 2 plus 8 is 10. I need a total of 7 more electrons. So I have 2 in the first shell, 8 in the next shell, and it will put 7 in the last shell. So again, it's going to go up, down, left, right, and then pair them up, down, left, right, up, down, left. That's going to be my last electron. There is no electron right in that spot right there. So then let's write the number of electrons. 2 electrons, 8 electrons, 7 electrons, 17 electrons total. Okay. How about a Lewis dot diagram? I'm going to write chlorine here. Again, it's just the valence electrons. So all we're going to do, the valence again is the outer shell of electrons. There are 7 of them. There's 2 paired at the top, 2 paired at the side, 2 paired at the bottom, and 1 paired over here, or not paired, 1 by itself over there for 7 electrons. That's a Lewis dot diagram. All right, thanks for watching the tutorial on Bohr models and Lewis dot diagrams.